Hey, what's going on, guys? It's DGamer, and I'm back here again with another episode of Batman Arkham City. And the last time that we left off, we finished Catwoman's epilogue, and we still need to do her Riddler collectibles, but we did that and we got more progress done on Acts of Violence, our political prisoner side mission. I don't think they're all done, and we finished Azrael's side mission, the Watcher in the Wings. He's the mysterious stalker who has been watching us throughout the entire game, and he left us off with a very mysterious prophecy that while we saved this night, Gotham will burn and will fall to ashes, and that we will save that night too. But in closing the gates of hell, we will die. And it was just very weird. And then he disappeared into smoke. So let's get a move on with some of our other side missions, shall we? All the Riddler stuff will be in a separate video. I'm just going to have an almost no commentary video of all of the collectibles we have left. With that out of the way, let's go start a side mission. I've been saving intentionally for us that we haven't started yet. And I've been saving it because if you wait to start it until the end of the game, you can get a secret bit of dialogue. Here we go. We have to go over to the Crank Co. toy factory right next to Mr. Freeze's hideout. Do you guys see who it is? Let's talk to him. We haven't seen him since we knocked him in the river in Arkham Asylum.
Surprised to see me, Batman?
A little. Last time I saw you, you were wrapped around the hood of my car.
You knew it would not kill me.
I wasn't trying to. I'm in no mood for a fight. What are you doing here?
Dr. Young's Titan formula. The Payaso managed to send some off Arkham Island before you stopped him.
I know. Penguin had his own Titan guards. How much more did Joker send out?
Too much. That is why I am here. I will not allow the basura of this city to abuse the Titan. Dr. Young used me to create it. It is my duty to destroy what remains.
I'll help you, but understand this. If you try anything, I'm taking you down too. We find Titan containers, we destroy them. Deal?
Of course. Each container has a radio beacon built in. There were 12 containers left in this city. We take 6 each, then we meet back here.
I'm ahead of you, Bane. You find your 6. I'll take care of what's left. You've got some catching up to do. And remember, I'm trusting you. Don't make me regret that.
Distress Flare is our trophy. Answer the call for help. Because there is a distress flare that shows up here at this building that signals that someone's inside.
What is it? Are you afraid you will fail? Titan must not leave Arkham City. Shouldn't you be looking for the containers? That Payaso will pay for this.
You actually get all of the Titan containers through story progression, which if you guys have been paying attention to what we're destroying throughout the main campaign, we did do that, but one of them near Joker's building will not spawn, I don't believe, until you talk to Bane, and I believe I missed the other one, so let's go get both of them.
Fixing it anyway. Titan. Seriously? You mean that stuff that the Joker was using back at the asylum?
Yep, that's the stuff.
But that crap turns people into monsters. What would happen if, the other psychos got their hands on it?
Why do you think the boss wants us to keep this stuff safe? Stop anyone else screwing with it.
Batman!
There we go. and time to destroy this. Also, I love that Joker was keeping it safe when he was alive to keep others from getting their hands on it, but him having his hands on it isn't necessarily the safest thing, to say the least.
Wonder what Sharp had on the city council that made him so damn powerful.
Alright, trying to get back into the steel mill to get our last 2 Titan containers is proving slightly more difficult because I just tried to rush through it and got ourselves killed. But that little line about what Sharp had on the city council that made him so powerful is very good question. We know that he himself is a serial killer based on the events of the Chronicles of Arkham from Arkham Asylum, but what does he have on them? Probably information that they're corrupt, I would assume. Just an interesting thought.
Here's the plan. We spread out, we find this son of a bitch. Got it? What? It came from over here, I'm sure of it! Batman's back! On me! I got it!
Here is where one of the Titan containers was. It's our final one. I missed it because it was just tucked away. That's my bad. We do have...
Now that all the Titan containers are destroyed, I should go back to Bane and see how he's doing.
We do have a piece of tech that Joker stole from Mr. Freeze to go and get, though that's also part of our side mission. If you'll remember, Harley told us about it. It's part of a different side mission. We just missed it, so let's go grab it, shall we? Those little animations right there are what happens when we finish one entire row of Riddler's objectives, so that's cool.
Man, I can't believe he's dead, you know?
No, man. He was one of the best.
He was like a brother.
Yeah.
Hell of a way to go. I hear they dragged him out of the rubble.
Hang on. Who was dragged out of the rubble?
Marky, who are you talking about?
Joker.
Joker? Joker's dead?
It's true, man. People are saying Batman did it.
I don't know what to say.
There ain't nothing to say. Joker's dead. It's over.
After that pretty comedical conversation, we get to go through this door, which will start to lead us on the path to the stolen freeze tech.
Chill out. It'll be fine.
Will it?
Yeah, I like to look on the bright side, you know?
Not me. If crap's gonna happen to someone, it'll happen to me.
We'll be fine. It's not like Batman's gonna just drop in and get us. He's way too busy.
We'll see.
We're moving. Thank God. We need the power back on. Who cares? We're moving. No way. We're all that money. Not much. She choked to death.
Man, you must have really hated your mother.
Like you wouldn't believe.
She ate it all?
Didn't give him much choice.
It's not me. I ain't doing it. Joker. What's wrong? Too scared to fight? He's too chicken to face.
There are 9 Harley heads destroyed and a dual takedown for the stealth. Now let's get these guys and we'll be good to go.
You were supposed to save Mr. J, Bat Brain!
You guys didn't see that death screen just now. That didn't happen in this incredibly simple 3-thug elevator. But it's very, very cool that Harley's death screens where she mocks you adapt to the fact that Joker is dead. So, continuing on further, getting closer to the freeze tech, we can find this group of thugs. Doing target practice on penguins. That's pretty good, actually.
Screw you, penguin! Eat that!
It's the bat.
Yeah.
Please don't lie to me. I only just got Riddler's last informant's blood off my face.
Oh God, no! I'll tell you everything.
That's what I wanted to hear.
That is really, really cool. Can we destroy these fake penguins? Oh wow, we can. Look at that, that's really cool. There's one of our Harley heads, and if we go this way, then look at what we find. Freeze cluster grenade. Creates large freeze blast explosion capable of freezing multiple enemies to the ground at once. Trapped enemies are free to move their torsos and can still attack. Hot and cold is now concluded. This, I believe, is a riddle. It is. What's a funny man without his box of tricks? Holding grudges, 3 of 3. I know that up until this point we'd been reading our Arkham stories as we scan them, so I'm very, very, very sorry for the last minute change, everyone, but we are actually going to be reading the rest of them, including the ones that we've already read, in a bonus episode because I thought it would make for smoother sailing for you guys. I hope that you stick around for that. Here's a neat little reused phone asset from Arkham Asylum, if you'll remember Joker's call from the beginning of Arkham Asylum, where he talked about Steve the guard, I believe was who he was, and how he could only find his head, and how he'd get back to his wife when he found the rest of him later.
I'm too close to fire. I'll be crushed.
That was a really cool animation, and here are some Joker bumper cars reusing the asset for the Joker party room in Arkham Asylum.
to be back together, brother.
It was mistake to work for the Penguin. I know that now. I cannot stand being apart again. I wish to be rejoined, brother.
Me too. We spent too long joined to live another moment apart.
Together we will destroy anyone who stands in our way.
Once assembled, do these two become one again? The Abramovich evens one of two. That was Mr. Hammer and Mr. Sickle, respectively, who worked. Mr. Hammer worked for the Joker and Mr. Sickle worked for the Penguin, but they are brothers that were separated because they were conjoined twins, I believe. There are all 12 of the Harley heads destroyed. If we go to our riddle section very quickly, we will see Sionis Steel Mill production line concept art unlocked, the Joker's House of Mirrors concept art unlocked, and if we want to read what the descriptions for each stage of the Harley heads was, it is, I'm surprised that Joker hasn't knocked the head off this annoying woman already. Will someone please shut up that annoying woman? This chatty idiot needs gagging permanently. I charge you with willful destruction of Joker's property, Dark Knight. Do you really need to hammer it home? Everyone knows Harley is stupid. Damn, quite offensive with your riddles, Eddie. Chill out. If we want our next Riddler trophy, we have to actually have our path that creates a shortcut from earlier unlocked, because we need to electrify the remote control battering, bring it through these pipes like so, and whack that box. And it powers down the gate. Bada bing, bada boom. Here is one of our next trophies, and we use the freeze cluster grenade, or the one that we got from the side mission Hot and Cold. There's no difference in it. It does the same thing, at least trying to traverse the ice. It does the same thing as the basic freeze grenade. We just didn't really get to use it at all during the main campaign, so I was just trying to show it off ever so slightly, you know. It does the exact same thing when we're trying to traverse water like this. The only difference is that the design of the freeze grenade itself is different. That's just a funny animation that can happen if you're trying to walk into the elevator that's rising for whatever reason. We are about to grab our last two Riddler trophies of the Steel Mill all together. I know that I said what I said earlier in the video, but honestly, it's sort of a pain to just run through this place over and over and over, so I thought we'd just handle what was left here in this specific area because it's a very small amount. This that I was having fun with earlier, yeah, apparently there's this if you destroy all of them. There we go. Now we go into our Riddler screen, and we can see that Sionis Steel Mill loading bay, Batman in the Steel Mill, and that's all of those rows done except for Catwoman's, obviously. But we also got a concept art of the Penguin in this gadget and combat row. Returning to Crankco Toys, we can wander in and talk to Bane now that we're done with the Titan. You moved.
I destroyed the containers, Bane.
Good. Give us the Titan, Bane. Help me, Batman. We must not allow these puppets to take the Titan.
This moment is so cool, getting to fight alongside Bane. I've always really loved it in any superhero story for any reason, or just any story whatsoever where our protagonist has to team up with our antagonist, and it's an unlikely partnership you would never see coming. It's just really cool. Also, it's funny because Bane has essentially the same moveset as he did in Batman Arkham Asylum and the rest of the Titan bosses did in Arkham Asylum, but his sweeps and strikes, just like in there, can still hit you even though you're fighting alongside him. And that track is reused from Arkham Asylum, I believe.
As I was saying, I've destroyed mine. I take it you've done the same?
In a manner of speaking, yes. Titan is too powerful to be used against me. I needed it all for myself. Now, do me a favor and die! Ah! No!
I knew I couldn't trust you, Bane, so I used you instead.
What?
Simple. You rounded up the remaining Titan. Now, I can destroy it.
Stop!
This is really, really cool that we get to do this. I've always really loved this moment, and also, again, Kevin Conroy's performance is so powerful. And 3, 2, 1, boom. Broken toys. Destroy it all. That was our trophy and its description.
I warned you, Bane.
Free me!
No. You'll get out. Eventually. I'm too busy to keep fighting you.
No! I will kill you for that! You can't do this to me! Let me out of here!
And there we go. We're done with that side mission. If we come here to the Enigma machine just to get it off of the screen, riddle me this. I have a head, a tail, but never any legs. What am I? You are a penny.
Solved? It seems I underestimated your abilities. But before you start to feel superior, you should try and rescue my next hostage. Bring a towel.
It's neat that if you come here to our menu screen, the Enigma machine is not always there. I like that. We also have Sionis Steel Mill Furnace concept art unlocked now.
The furnace became too unstable and caused the tunnel to collapse.
Just a fun little bit of dialogue if we come back and try to get out the original way we came in through the furnace.
Try to get away. You can't run. I'll find you.
I'm not. Please, I did what you said. I tried. I couldn't find any food.
Well, you're gonna have to try harder, aren't you? How about I break a few bones to remind you what's waiting if you fail me again?
No, I'll do it. You don't need to hurt me again.
I know. It's just...
Our next political prisoner.
Thank you. I'm gonna find someplace safe to hide from these animals.
Right next to this graffiti, huh? I've never noticed this before. That's really cool.
Thank you.
Wow. See, Rocksteady's worlds are so detailed that you can notice things that you've never seen even after playing for, at this point, over 10 years myself, because I've been playing since this game released, and that's just really cool because those are always the best kinds of games.
You really don't want to lie to me. Tell me about Riddler.
I don't know much, but I'll tell you everything. Don't hurt me.
If you're lying, I'll come find you.
I like that you can just see him dangling there.
I want answers. What's Riddler planning?
No, please. This is all he told me.
Thanks.
Why are the phones always ringing?
Face or legs? Which one do I break first?
No, look, don't hurt me. I'll talk.
Of course you will.
Next political prisoner done. We are slowly making progress.
Safe to hide from these animals.
Wow, we're here. Why don't we just do that?
You're the one who did...
Riddler's plans. Tell me or I'll hurt you.
I'll tell you what I know, please. You don't need to hurt me.
So I see.
Wouldn't you know it, that's right next to our next prisoner.
What's the bet?
Stopping you, that's what. There we go. Simple enough.
Thank you.
So, you thought you could circumvent my puzzle, did you?
Don't dare lie to me. I'll know.
Please, this is all I know.
Thank you.
Neat little detail that we can come down into the subways again, which we will do for our Riddler trophies. But you can find Penguin's thugs' bodies are all piled down here because the Two-Face gang have nowhere else to put them after moving down here, and it's just a very cool little detail.
Tell me about Riddler, and do it before I hurt you.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Good.
I always knew you were chicken.
Need to cry, fish. You just need to do what I tell you to do, right? And listen, you really don't want to go pissing me off. Because I got friends in here. I'll find out. And if I do, I'll hunt you down and carve out your...
What was that? Next prisoner done. They're literally just repeating the same thing every time. It's just guy gets choked out by another guy, take guy down. And that's alright because it just gives us random citizens to save like most superhero games need, but I wish that it was a little more than basic set dressing. We are about to continue the side mission identity theft and then end our episode and pick up with the Riddler stuff next episode. Big thanks very quickly go to Batman Arkham Videos for having a video on where all of the identity theft victims are, because I have literally every single time I've played this game on my own stumbled across every victim just by complete happenstance, and then the one time I'm searching for it to put it on this series on video, of course I can't do it, so thank you to Batman Arkham Videos for having a video on this mission.
I need to scan the area to see if there are any more clues to his identity and whereabouts. The MO is the same as for the previous victim. First, the killer paralyzes the vocal cords and then removes the face before bandaging up the head. It's definitely him, and it looks like he's stepping up his attacks. A crime with this level of precision requires weeks of premeditation. These aren't just random attacks. Oracle, I've reconstructed a clean set of fingerprints, but there's no match to anything in the Gotham criminal databases. I'm uploading the prints to you now. Check these against every record in the country.
Batman. I found a match for the print, but there must be a mistake. This can't be correct.
Who do the prints belong to?
You. These are Bruce Wayne's fingerprints. How's that possible?
I have no idea.
Bruce, I don't know how to say this, but
What's wrong, Barbara?
I've been thinking about the identity theft case. Don't get angry. But how can you actually be sure that it wasn't you who killed those people? I mean, they were your fingerprints at the scene.
What did you say?
Not intentionally, but clearly you're not well. That place is full of maniacs who could take advantage of a situation like that. Think about it. What if Crane got to you again? You know Strange's reputation. Maybe he planted the idea back when you met him. I don't like it, but...
It wasn't me. I'm sure it wasn't.
Yeah, of course. I'm sorry. I just, well, you know.
Now our count is up to 2. I like that in that conversation that at first you can hear the rage in Bruce's voice. The mere thought that Barbara would even think for 1 second that it's him that killed those victims. But then when she explains her reasoning why, and you consider the fact that Bruce has also had Joker Titan poisoning and the events of the night and Joker's death and everything else, that you can hear the rage go away throughout the conversation until that eventual sincere and earnest, I'm sure it wasn't. The Rocksteady Batman has never been one to say how he's feeling from 1 minute to the next, so the way that you really have to... I've said it before, but the way that you really have to find out how he's feeling in the moment is just listen to either the way that the dialogue is written, like what he's saying, or listen to his inflection. How he's saying it is also a big giveaway to his emotions in the moment, so it's very cool. Anyway, on to the next victim. Just a quick detail here right before we continue on our quest. I really like that the identity theft picture is a question mark, unlike the rest of the case files, because Batman doesn't know who the thief is yet.
Beautiful warm day in paradise. Not.
Another victim. Sooner or later, the killer will slip up. Let's hope it's this time. As with the others, the victim's face was removed pre-mortem with surgical precision. The care taken suggests the killer is more concerned with the parts he's taking than what he leaves behind.
Huh. Interesting. Since it is our final detective vignette of the game, look up there on the right. You can see little details that pop up, like what number of victim you're on and how far processed into the crime you are, and I just find that very cool.
Someone has taken a lot of care to cover their tracks. They used bleach to destroy any forensic evidence at the crime scene. Sometimes the lack of evidence is all you need. I'll filter for particles of the bleach and see who was so determined to cover their tracks.
Alright, let's get moving. Oh hey, you watching us still even though Strange is dead? Weird. Let's destroy the camera and then keep moving, knowing that we're not being watched anymore. Where are you hiding? Down here? Nope, further into the alley. We don't have time for them right now. Well, we found him. Not the thief, but his accomplice, I'd bet.
You killed that man and dumped his body back there. Why did you take his face?
It wasn't me. I just dumped the body. He told me to use bleach to clean it up.
Who told you?
Wayne, you know, the rich guy.
You're lying to me.
I'm not. There's an alley near the courtroom. That's where he is. He's crazy, man. You don't want to go in there.
identity thief's hideout. Find out who's behind the identity theft murders. Investigate the killer's hideout. Let's go. I like that it's right next to one of Catwoman's switching points that we could go to. Alright. Here we are. Who is the identity thief? So clearly they have been running around for a long time. Fun fact for you guys, the identity thief, I will reveal his identity in a second with the cutscene that we're about to get, but you can see him earlier in the church. If you go back to our first episode, I believe it is, when we take our first trip in there before the guards get kidnapped and we see Harley and it's our first Predator encounter, you can see him lying on a gurney with his face cut off. And there's a rabbit with a face cut off from Crank Co. Toys. Listen to Journal.
This is the journal of Dr. Thomas Elliot. My work is complete. The pain, though still present, has been worth it. He will suffer for what he did to me. He will suffer the way I have suffered. As I look in the mirror, I understand how Leonardo felt when he finished the Mona Lisa. How Michelangelo felt when David was complete. My work has taken too long. But now it's time for my masterpiece to be unveiled. My new face is ready. I couldn't have put it better myself. I take it you're here to stop me?
What do you think?
I think you're too late.
You're a killer, a psychopath. I will stop you.
Really? But you look just like Bruce Wayne. It took time, of course, to find the perfect donors, to graft on the flesh, and finally to lose myself in order to create this. 6 people died. Unfortunate, but necessary to complete my plan. Why would you believe good old-fashioned revenge? To be honest, I don't care if you do. Wayne will suffer, and you will not stop me. I can see you have your hands full with Arkham City, but it's time for me to leave now. Pray we do not meet again. Next time, I will not be in such a generous mood.
Dead end written above the Wayne Tech box that locked us in here. Mockingbird is the password. I believe that that's all that you get. I don't think there's a line with... There is a line, I believe, with Oracle. I might be wrong about that, but we'll see when we get out. First, we have some environmental storytelling to deduct. Before we do that, though, very quickly, you might be wondering who Thomas Elliot is. If you do not remember the plaque of his that we scanned in Arkham Asylum saying he was a surgeon and reading his bio, Thomas Elliot is a lifelong childhood friend of Bruce Wayne, but he's kind of a maniac, and so he tried to kill his parents to get their insurance because he was very rich like Bruce was, but he didn't get any of the money, and his parents were still alive, and he was jealous of Bruce for losing his parents because Bruce got the money, even though that's obviously not what Bruce wanted. And he became a top surgeon after those events, and his whole shtick is that he runs around as a villain called Hush, who replaces his face with the identity of others using his surgical skills. Most of the time, his story just revolves around, I am jealous of Bruce, let me ruin his reputation. As you saw there, I do like the Arkham interpretation, but it just would be nice to have a switch up, a variant of his plan, like maybe have him run around as, even though Bruce would know it's not one of his friends, have him run around as someone like Commissioner Gordon, who it would hit even harder for Bruce, more so than just him impersonating Bruce. But that's just me. We can see red handprints next to the chemicals, deducing that he was actively bleeding through his face, reconstructing it while working. We can see identity thief strikes again, identity theft. Who is the thief? Who is the thief? First victim. Second victim there, we can see the planning charts that he had out for becoming Bruce and trying to find the right skin pieces to graft onto his face. We can come over here and see the photos of what he needed to do and books and medicine on how he was going to approach this surgery exactly. We can see an Arkham Asylum book. Alright, it is not a riddle. I wondered if it was. We can see a broken mirror, suggesting that at one point before looking into the mirror when the operation was fully complete and being pleased with it, that he looked at whatever he ended up with and either in terror or in rage or in maybe both broke it and went back to work. We can see this surgical table with the tools, and so yeah, there we go, guys.
Close the file on the identity thief, Oracle.
Have you caught him?
No. Prepare a new file on Dr. Thomas Elliot. I'm uploading all the details from his surgery.
Elliot? The famous surgeon? Didn't you used to be friends?
We were. A long time ago.
So he was the identity thief? Hang on. This says he used the faces he collected to make a new one that looked like yours. I mean, Bruce Wayne's. Is he crazy? No offense. Are you going after him?
He's gone. He's left Arkham City. I'll hunt him down tomorrow.
Serial killer. Track down the serial killer. That is our trophy. And our description. Fun fact. I will not spoil why we know this. Fun fact, I will not spoil why we know this, but Bruce does not track him down tomorrow. He does not see him again, actually, for a long, long time. But anyway, with all of that out of the way, thank you guys very much for watching, because all we have left to do really for the main base game before approaching Harley Quinn's revenge is the Riddler stuff. We are going to leave it off here. I hope that you guys have enjoyed very much. If you did, please be sure to leave a like. It helps the channel out. I really do like that music in the background. It is eerie and it fits well. Please share the video with your friends and family so that we could spread more positivity to more people. Comment down below and we could have a conversation. And if you enjoyed, please subscribe. I will see you all in the next episode. Love you all.